Everything in life is a tool. You can either use it to build you and your environment up, or you can use it to break things down. You can use it for growth, or you can use it for um, the stunting of growth. You can use it for life, or you can use it for death. And I believe that religion is the same way. I think that religion is a tool that can be used to either give life or give death, and it really just depends on your intention behind it. I believe that it depends on mostly your intention behind it. Um, and for me personally, I have gone through a pretty back and forth type of a relationship with religion. And at one point, I was against it. But at this point in my life, I'm not against it. And that happened to me when I became not against it, probably around 2017. But it was a short amount of time that I was against religion because, as I mentioned before, I grew up in the church. And I used to be a 7-day Adventist as well. But at this point in my life, I'm completely not against religion. I'm for religion if it helps you to be a better person. If it helps you to feel better about yourself, if it helps you to treat people well, if it helps you to practice good character, if it helps you to take care of those around you, if it helps you with personal responsibility and accountability, I'm all for it. So for me, when I speak of a spiritual path or a spiritual journey or a spiritual life, what I literally mean is your relationship to your religion or your religious practices. And so what I've done is I've just taken bits and pieces from different religions, and I've taken what speaks to me, what resonates in my heart, and I've made it my own. I've created my own. I know for a fact that I feel God inside of me. I am the physical expression of God, just like you are. Um, and so, with that being said, I just think it's important to have something. You don't, it really, whatever you choose, that's up to you. I don't care what it is. Just have something, something to follow, something to give you guidelines, something to give you something to look forward to, something to be happy about, something that empowers you. Um, so I think that when you do have that spiritual path or that spiritual practice, spiritual life, then you receive those impulses that I mentioned in another video more frequently, more clearly. But also within that spiritual path, within that spiritual life, there is a thing that you may have heard called mindfulness and or stillness of the mind, and or maybe meditation. It just depends on what you've read, what you've studied. But in my personal experience, when I get quiet, when I get silent, that's when I receive the impulses and I hear that voice. I feel that intuition moving within me. And so honestly, I've made some of the best decisions in my life due to me being still and quiet, and I'm able to hear what it is that I'm supposed to do. And when I hear it, I know it beyond the shadow of any doubt. There is no amount of doubt that's present when you hear and feel that impulse or that voice or that feeling, that intuition. I mean, it's the most empowering and joyful thing that you can experience on this planet besides love. And honestly, that is love. So, getting quiet, meditation, stillness of the mind. I would just give a quick definition my definition of it. And what it is it's a practice of intense listening. When you listening real hard to hear what the person is saying. For example, if someone was out in the other room and they called me Ash and I said yes, I automatically, and we all do it, I open up my ears a little bit more, not physically with my hands, but there's this thing that we can do where we listen a little bit harder to see if we're missing anything or to make sure we're not missing anything. And I find that that type of intense listening in meditation is the meditation. It's more to it that I can talk about in another video. But I find that that type of intense listening, it is the meditation. It is the stillness of the mind. You practice that type of intense listening in order to receive those impulses more frequently and more clearly. So meditation can be a form of meditation, can be sitting in silence and doing that intense listening thing that I just described in the example. It also can be described or defined as concentrated focus, where you have all of your focus and all of your intention in this one thing. Gamers, people who play games, they are the best concentrated, focused people that I've ever met. Um, People who write, people who run, people who walk. With your phone out of your hand, though, right? You're not using your phone, you're not multitasking, but you're completely and utterly focused and intended on this one thing. So intense listening and concentrated focus are just two of the things that, two of the activities or methods of meditation that can take place. There are more that I can talk about in another video. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you want to hear more about this, let me know and I will make another video.